Bass boosters are plugins that are always used in the wrong way. Typically, when you think of a bass booster, you think of the Waves Max Bass, and we have that here. Um, and what this does is it does a bit of magic. It adds, takes your bass, and then it adds harmonics that would normally be present if there was subharmonics, or it has harmonics to the sound that would be in place with a low end type thing, like how a bass guitar has like a really low sound, has a really low low end, but a lot of the times the amp can't replicate it, but the upper harmonics of the sub bass are present, and they come through the amp, and it kind of tricks your brain into perceiving uh, the low end in a signal, and that's good if you are mixing um, something that you want to translate well on all systems. Problem being is that um, say if you use Max Bass and you want to take the track to the dance club, then obviously those low end characteristics won't be there originally. It's basically a trick for your ears, and it tricks your ears into thinking that there's bass there. Um, and it's good for like pop records, but a lot of the time you wouldn't want to use this in dance music that's meant to be played in on huge system, because the bass will sound like it's there when you're mixing it at home, and then you take it out and it doesn't sound too good. And generally, yeah, that's an issue. So what we'll do is I'll show you Max Bass, just a preset. You might recognize this. I'll A/B it. Originally, not a whole lot of low end on here, so I'll bump it up. There's no low end on that. It's kind of, yeah, it's patented, and they don't reveal how they do this, but apparently it's quite effective for pop records and all that fun stuff. Here we have R bass, which is just like it, but it still has a harmonic, but it adds I don't know, it actually adds more bass to your tracks. They're two separate animals, but they do basically the same thing. And they don't really explain how it works, because obviously they have patents on this. So I'll play it again. I'll turn this one on. And yeah, that's used by quite a bit of people. Sean Ty has said the R bass is used for that application. It's sweep controllable, and it's quite nice. It's apparently it's like the old Max Bass before it was released or whatever. The old Max Bass is R bass, and then Max Bass is like the new Max Bass. Yeah, they have this guy. I just want to show you it. It's the one knob fatter, and in all honesty, it doesn't sound too good on this particular sound, but on drums it does sound fantastic. So I'll just turn that on. I'll move it up. It adds too much. It makes the mid lows kind of muddy, and it doesn't work with the characteristics of this track. But it's good for any kind of percussion you want to liven up. It's good for minimal basses. Yeah, I just gave away everyone's secret. I apologize. So now, um, in my opinion, the best way to boost the bass is by boosting the bass. You don't need a plugin most of the time. Um, I use autofilter out of all things, and what that does is it has a nice curve to it, uh, low end curve, and it has a nice cut. And what it does is it takes out some of the sub, but um, it enhances where the dominant bass would lie, and then it gives more room for your kick drum down here. It's quite effective, I'll show you. Yeah, generally I'll just play this with no bass enhancement. And then now with bass enhancement. Yeah, and that's generally how I would get the bass and kick in harmony, or just the bass, um, more bassier. Yeah, that's how I would do it, and generally, I'll get into this later, but generally you got to keep the kick and the bass at the same volume, and there you have it. There's bass boosters.